Hello, Scorpio, Sun, Rising, Ascendant. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to your horoscope for Pisces season. I am Karima, and this is
Mariana.
Mariana. And we just did the general reading for the whole Pisces season. So please watch it, listen it. I will put the link below. It's probably going to be in our podcast. I think that will help you to understand your horoscope, because we're just going to spend 10 minutes on your horoscope, and the general reading was way longer, and I think you will get more insight too. So let's dive in your horoscope for Pisces season. Let me change. Okay. Sorry, Scorpio. My computer is so slow. Oh my God. It's going it's going to the other. There is us.
It's kind of reading our mind.
It's just gone. Okay. I found you. You're here. Oh good. Mariana, do you want to start?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi everyone. Hi Scorpios. Very nice. First of all, Sun in the fifth house, super beneficial, super sweet, super creative. Sun enters your fifth house on February 18th and until March 20th, and it brings this sense of wanting to have fun again. Wanting to have fun. It might be behind the scenes. It might not be visible to the public or something like that. But it is the fun. It's that like reconnecting to that childlike energy, which for Scorpio is when they are in a space of dream, almost like dreaming, imagining in the privacy. Scorpio can only allow themselves to have fun, oftentimes fully have fun in the privacy of their own home environment, or like more like safety, because
Yeah.
Pisces for me is hid. It's not like visible, right? So we're somewhere where they can't be seen by everyone. So here it's like it's a very creative energy. It's a time where you reconnect to what brings pleasure into your life.
Yeah.
What How can you be creative that it's pleasurable?
Mm.
How can you romance yourself?
Yeah.
No, what can you do for yourself that expands your life? And Jupiter being in your fifth house, oh my god, it's just like, this expansion, this grand expansion of what's potential, what's possible for you, envisioning what's possible for you.
Mm-hmm.
And in Pisces, it seems like everything is possible. The creative opportunities for Scorpio this season are so immense. Like you can think about something, you can feel like doing something, and then like in your mind's eye really grow that idea. It's just such a season, and Neptune there, and when Sun conjuncts Jupiter on March 5th, oh my god, it's just like this kind of, all the lights are on. How can you bring your brilliant ideas into the limelight? You
Yeah.
know,
It's funny when you talk about the sun in Pisces in the fifth house. I cannot stop thinking of fertility or bringing
Mhm.
something to the world. And like, yeah, of course, if you have kids, that's going to be a really a focus during Pisces season. Your kids and what you do, like their growth, and also fertility, pregnancy. That definitely, if you look to be pregnant, that's definitely the month, definitely the season. But other than that, there's a creation energy. There's a really big, like being pregnant and bringing some project, something into the world. So
Yeah,
there is a creation part in that five houses. This deeply
so good.
creation, and it's like the first. I think of the fifth house as the first spark, like in a love, because it represents love and romance. So yes, if you're in a relationship, or if you're just gonna meet something, if you're gonna meet someone,
Well, it could be something.
it can be something.
It could be anything.
You can definitely get in touch with that sparkly like butterfly I have in my stomach. That is really fifth house things. I love that fifth house for this little joy, juicy. Like it's a really time for you to get in your inner child, and it is a really healing. I talk about healing in every of the horoscope because it's Pisces, and for me, Pisces is also about healing. And so it's for me in the fifth house is really getting back to your childhood. It's going back to the joy that
Creation.
was giving you life when you was a little boy
Yeah.
or whatever. And I just love to I want to see what Scorpio like is like giving us in that season, because it's really going back to your inner child. And I just felt
Yeah.
really highly in that fifth house.
As you speak about that, I'm like, it's just such an emotional. For some reason, I felt emotional in terms of, because it's water.
Yeah.
It's water, and it's so like, and Jupiter is expanding that watery like thing, you know, like the emotional connection to being a child, because Scorpio energy is so like, it's so sensitive, but it's so guarded, and to be able to go and play takes a nudge from the universe, and I think Jupiter is that nudge.
Because Jupiter is expanding that. This is
Yeah.
that third for creation, that's third for art, that third to get back to the joy, to the child, to the innocence. So like just having pleasure.
Absolutely. And you know what,
Pleasure is definitely here. I just resonate so much right now with pleasure for you. I don't
pleasure,
know
yeah.
why. It's like there is a connection to pleasure, or how I activate my pleasure. Like in a way, like what is
Yeah.
pleasure for me?
You know what I'm thinking? Fifth house, it's pleasure. It's pleasure of being seen.
Also, pleasure of being seen. Yeah.
It's because fifth house is about like being, it's a sun ruled house, right? So it's like, it's a pleasure of being seen. But in Pisces, it's being seen behind the scenes. So
Yeah.
there's a niche to this
Yeah.
quality of being seen. Because in Pisces here, it's like, if you work behind the scenes, if you work within the healing modalities,
Yeah.
like whatever they are, right? It's like, maybe this is the time where you like, I have my creative gifts are healing.
Yeah.
That's what it is. My creativity is not just anything, it's something that heals.
Yeah.
What I have to offer creatively
Yeah.
brings pleasure and healing. That's
Like,
something.
just when you were talking, I was thinking of the Mars Venus dancing together in Capricorn in the third house, and then after that going to the fourth house.
Again,
It's,
childhood, child work.
yeah, and I'm like, Mars is going to is in your communication sector, your neighborhood, your environment, and then going to your home, your parents, your family, your ancestral lineage. There's a wish to reconnect maybe in a more deepest way to home, family,
Yeah.
your practice, your culture,
Mm-hmm.
who is surrounded you. That match really well this vibe five house. The
Absolutely. And the Mars Venus in your fourth house after March 6th, I have a feeling that it's like some understanding about where you come from, your lineage. It's like kind of like it's becoming more clear to you after all this retrograde time. It's like you have a different perspective on how you've been nurtured, what do you need to do, what freedom, what role freedom plays in how you nurture yourself.
Yeah.
How for Scorpio it's necessary to innovate the way you build your comfort, you build your home. You know, like it's just a lot of like cool energies like that. And then you have new moon in Pisces and the full moon in Virgo on the axis of 5th and 11th house. So it's about love.
Oh yeah,
it's axis of love.
Yeah.
Right. So you start a creative process like that is healing, that's rooted in love, that's rooted in bringing something to the community. And then on the full moon in Virgo, you kind of understand what communities maybe are not aligned with you, what circles are not a part of your journey anymore. Maybe what goals,
what is closed now, what is like
closed over. And it's not, it's interesting, but for Scorpio 11th house, like what higher goals, what big far reaching ambitions actually don't have place in your life anymore.
Yeah. And it's just like feeling like this new moon in Pisces in your fifth, which is about like everything that we talked about. There's a big, huge beginning in that part of your chart with all the topic that Mariana and I talked about at the beginning of the video about the fifth house, about pleasure and about inner child and about creativity. There's a big new moon here, which is gonna give you need to give some intention in that like direction. And the full moon, like Mariana says, the closure maybe of a past group, past friend, like past way that you used to be, like the friend that's around that you used to be a certain person and you change and you trend. With the sun in Pisces coming in, is like a big search of who I am, what do I really like. And also this full moon in Virgo in the 11th has about your hope and dreams. So maybe some dream that you had in the past are not anymore aligned to you, and you just you need to turn basically. And I was just looking at just pull a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck from Colin Byron Reed, and I just pull a card for you to check. And you had, it's called Chop Wood, and it looks like that. And you had it reverse.
Chop wood, interesting.
Chop wood. And so I was reading it just because I knew a little bit about it, and I just wanted to make sure to give you a right message here. But it is funny. It's like, stop really doing what is not part of your dream. Meaning, start to build, even if it's a smaller things, start to build what you really want to do. And you start like they're making like it's a fun, like you want to be an astronaut, start to study the stars. You want to be there, start to do this, start to implement this thing that more aligned to you and your wish and your dream, and finish this season what is not aligned. Cut it off. It's over. It's a big thing about this, which is really lovely.
Beautiful energy. Love it. Love you, Scorpio.
Yeah, it's a beautiful energy for Scorpio, and they need it. They need it.
Talking about fifth house.
Exactly.
Some fun.
So I hope you liked it, Scorpio. Don't forget to watch your sun, moon, or rising. If you didn't, we give you many kisses. We wish you.
Love you.
Bye bye, Scorpio.
Kisses.